Welcome to Saratech's Engineering and Product Development Insights webinar on effective BOM management with Teamcenter. My name is Sarah Utsugi and I'm your host today. This webinar is part of a series we're presenting this year, focusing on ways companies can improve their engineering and product development process. Today, our speaker is Sasan Kobayari. Sasan has over 25 years of digital strategy development, implementation, and management experience in PLM and IT for global product development operations. Prior to joining Saratech, he was leading HondaJet PLM engineering and manufacturing implementation in North Carolina, held IT director position at Space Systems/Loral Satellite Manufacturing Company in Palo Alto, and led Ford's powertrain C3 PNG implementation for over 10 years. Sasan holds a bachelor's and master's in mechanical engineering and executive MBA from University of Michigan Ross Business School. Now I'll pass the presentation over to Sasan.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today on Teamcenter BOM management. Before I start the survey, I'd like to start the presentation. I'd like to get a survey on getting the kind of a feel for the audience as far as are you currently using Teamcenter for data product management? If we quickly can check on that, and then we can get started. All right, interesting. So we have a mixture of audience here. Some are using some other systems, and then there are quite a bit that are not using any type of system. So definitely this webinar will help better understanding what BOM management is all about and the importance of it for your product creation process. So today I'll be going over some of the fundamentals of BOM management and the key elements and features, and then discuss some of the key capabilities of Teamcenter BOM management, and then the multi-BOM connections throughout the product lifecycle. In general, the BOM management is the blueprint for product, and it's critical for every aspect of its lifecycle. And it provides a list of raw material subassemblies and all the components and parts quantities that are needed, not only for engineering, but for manufacturing, procurement, suppliers, services throughout, and we will discuss that more. And the BOM management can become complex because the word means different to each department or different group. So within a single company, you can have a different definition, as you can see here, for engineers and manufacturing and others. So effective BOM management and configuration are critical to your success. Whether your product consists of 10 parts or 10 million parts, and BOM management will provide a full digital associativity across engineering, supply chain, and manufacturing and services and sales. Wrong component, quality, inaccurate inventory can lead to stalls in production, adding valuable time to overall product cycle. Missing components and BOM are also can be costly. So the BOM impacts the purchase of the raw material, available inventory, and process of assembly on the shop floor. And you can see some of the kind of the experts in the industry from Anderson, Aberdeen Group, and Gardner discuss the importance of BOM management that are critical to business and needs to be priorities for successful product lifecycle management. So let me start with discussing the some of the elements of BOM. So one, we start with the part, which managing a part bill of material, also known as a physical product definition or product master. The part BOM is also configuration and define and parts register to manufacturing effectivities are defined, and where the decisions are, which the parts gets bought from whom and where parts will be manufactured and stored. This element of BOM is concerned with parts, not design. And then you have the design aspect, which is really about the mechanical design and engineering, generating the 3D components that make up the product. The design BOM is critical to drive effective downstream processes like DMU, weight roll-ups, part catalog, service instructions. So the better you design the BOM, the better all of these will be well defined. And then design digital mockup refers to ability to virtually view and interrogate your configured BOM throughout the lifecycle. And Teamcenter provides a lot of that capability that we'll explain. So the capabilities of Teamcenter BOM management addresses the challenges we have across the domain and product lifecycle. And it gives us the adaptable integrated BOM, gives us the configuration management, and allows a very effective change management, as well as designing in context, along with its very strong visualization capabilities. Your customers demand choices. Those choices require effective BOM configuration management. Managing an individual product definition for every variant of the product you offer quickly grows out of control. You end up spending a large amount of time managing BOM configurations and keeping them updated. So then Teamcenter delivers flexible BOM configuration strategies that support the entire scope of product configuration. Whether you offer a small set of standard products or you need a platform with a spectrum of customer offerings, or if you deal with orders engineered to each customer's unique set of requirements, BOM configuration management enables a single definition of variability that can be leveraged from planning through development to manufacturing and beyond. You can manage your product structure simple or complex, but for a complete BOM information, you kind of need more. Every component has associated content that various people in your organization need. This is what Teamcenter BOM brings to you. As you go and search for a part, you'll see all relative media or data associated with the part in one single spot. We find the best way to deliver new product offerings, derivatives from a single platform, common product structure, and technology is an automated process. You can define the features of the product that you wish to offer to your customers. In this example, we have a list of possible camera options, each of which has several different selections. You can define a generic product structure reflecting an all-inclusive BOM that contains every single possible option. Then we can go ahead and build in rules to help specify which features you wish to allow to be selected together. This helps customers or field engineers make a better product decisions based on the options and the rules defined. Here we have defined some constraints for the various camera options. We have applied some generic product structure. All of these help define a product family from which you can support frequent enhancements, derivatives offerings, and much more. Here you can see there are two specific product variants for camera. We have a fun shot camera and professional camera. Now you could go in and add a lot more different various options. With BOM analysis capability, you have the visibility to understand the BOM information at any stage. BOM markup capability enables you to capture markups from multiple users, which can be reviewed and approved before applying to the design. The bottom-up roll-up features another tool that you can use to help you to understand things like cost and weight of the product. We can also perform a where used report, very powerful, to help clearly understand the impact of the change to a specific part or product. BOM comparisons can be either graphical or text-based. They will help you understand how you got there, where you are, and help identify where you need to go, and if you need to go back if necessary. Spatial search is a unique search within Teamcenter that allows you to look at the information based off of relative size of location or current part you have selected. So let's now that you have a little bit understanding of the BOM definition and BOM management, I'd like to kind of take a poll and see how would you rate your current BOM management process in your organization. Excellent, you're very happy with it, it's good, needs some work, or you don't have much of a BOM management process in the organization. So we'll take a few seconds here. All right, so we got majority that needs BOM management support, and as well as they have no BOM management. So definitely that's going to be critical for the business, and that's something that Teamcenter and Saratech can definitely help with some of those activities. So let me go through an example. This is a mechanical design engineer is working with a PCB design engineer who needs to work on a board layout. And what you will see is the mechanical designer will hand off information to a PCB designer so they can do the board layout, and then able to share that back with the mechanical designer, all while working on the design constraint. So this is a Teamcenter examples. Without leaving NX, you can access Teamcenter to search and find the BOM you need and directly open it. In this example, you can see the board does not have any component on it. Using the NX PCB exchange, you create a collaboration file to provide the PCB designer with intelligent data, including the board outline, mounting holes, and critical place components. Now, as a PCB design engineer using Mentor Expedition and the integration of the EDM, you open up the design and the collaboration file and begin the part placement process. You even have the ability to use the 3D model to assist with placement and make sure there are no collisions with MCAD design. This prevents wasting time in design reviews and ensure first pass success to fit and finish. So you won't show up at the design review, or worse, once there are prototype or production parts, only to find out that the board doesn't fit or the heat sink collides with the body that you can service in particular components. And you go back in the mechanical design engineer, you can use the collaboration file from the PCB designer and review and accept the new objects that are part of the PCB. The PCB parts and the 3D models from Expedition are added to the BOM, and direct integration with Teamcenter and intelligent collaboration between NX and Expedition lets engineers work smarter instead of harder. So now you have MCAD and ECAD together in one BOM. Now we bring the software in the same BOM. Using Polarium and ALM, you can, in a sense, merge your application development right alongside PLM with bidirectional linking of data and process. You can directly link to the component Teamcenter to hold the software binaries, as well as any requirements that need to be met. And you have full traceability between them. Once you have compiled the software, you can then save the binaries to Teamcenter. And now you have one BOM which contains the MCAD, ECAD, and software together in a single environment. So when we talk about the integrated product and different BOMs for different organizations, as the requirement comes in, as you can see in here, there are different BOMs to different departments. So you have a design BOM, which is structured by CAD assemblies. You have the E-BOM, which is engineering BOM, which is owned by engineering organization, and they represent the product as it's configured and marketed. And then manufacturing BOM represents product where the manufacturing perspective, the M-BOM contains elements from the E-BOM, but can also restructure or extend according to the manufacturing process. And bill of process represents the operations and their sequence in manufacturing process. And bill of resources, structured storage of resources for manufacturing. And then service BOM is also critical, that it represents the product from the service perspective. As build BOM, serialized structure that represents the concrete delivered product. So it's all managed in Teamcenter. You can actually have a different views for different organization and different purpose, all feeding from single source of truth for the information in the BOM, but they're all connected. And you can see here, example on Teamcenter, you have EBOM, MBOM, bill of process, bill of resources. Again, looking at the same location, same BOM, they're just different views, which are important for that department. They may be adding a different features for their purpose, but again, it all starts with the EBOM and the engineering BOM defined. We saw the evolving product design and engineering BOM can be kept aligned and in synced state in one environment. The key question that will come to your mind is that how does the design aligned EBOM add value to my design and DMU process? Let us take a step back and understand the need for digital markup, and then also try to understand the benefits of an EBOM driven digital markup, often known as BOM-driven DMU. Product complexity leads to an exponential number of buildable products configuration that can be offered to a customer. Every buildable configuration has unanswered questions like, will the wiring harness fit? Are there any temperature hotspots? Will the assembly react well in the crash? The best answer, yes, build the vehicle and find out. The biggest challenge is to isolate the relevant configuration from the huge number of possible combinations and then assemble a test vehicle for each relevant configuration. Typically, OEMs can afford to build a few physical prototypes, so physical prototyping does not give OEMs the confidence they need in their vehicle design. The digital markup is the answer, where a virtual 3D model with all the parts can be submitted to analytical models for design validation. No need for a physical vehicle. It is known fact that DMU will shorten the release cycle and reduce development costs by letting the users explore more design alternatives. These two approaches to build DMU, design-driven DMU, and EBOM-driven DMU, which are very helpful. The EBOM-driven DMU use the EBOM system to supply the relevant vehicle configuration. However, it's extremely to keep the EBOM and designs in correct alignment. So here you can see the EBOM again created in Teamcenter. Either there's a JT or documents, and then manufacturing BOM comes in and consumes the elements on the EBOM, and again adds their manufacturing engineering requirements into the same EBOM. They have a good comparison between EBOM and MBOM that talks about the accountability report and making sure everything is consumed from the EBOM into MBOM. Sometimes we are being asked, why do we even need the MBOM? What we see is that usually the EBOM is owned by engineering department and will be available for the manufacturing department as read-only. This is, of course, not good enough for manufacturing people, as they need to author the data. For example, they need to add manufacturing parts like glue, oil, and such. Another difference is that the EBOM actually represents the product architecture, and thus it's built according to organization systems and functions, while the MBOM will be organized according to the manufacturing assemblies order. So let's look at another short example for manufacturing. The manufacturing engineers, in this case, use the multi-domain EBOM to develop their MBOM and plan specific bill of process or BOP. You can see the buildup of assembly process with the mechanical, electrical, and software. Since this info is all in a single environment, it's easy to collaborate together during the development process to ensure manufacturing has everything they need to plan for the production of a product and provides a full traceability across the enterprise. And then let me show you another example which brings it all together and see how it looks in Teamcenter. We've talked about the importance of multi-domain BOM with mechanical, electrical, and software. Let's see this in action. You're a user who needs to log in and view BOM and its related components for a project you're working on. Using the suggestive search and filtering capabilities of Teamcenter, you can quickly and easily find the BOM you're looking for. You can configure the BOM by different rules, like latest working or latest released, as well as by date or unit serial number effectivity. This helps you to locate and view the exact configuration you need. You can then easily search and quickly find components contained in the BOM. Additional information about each component is readily accessible and just a click away. You can even configure the BOM with substitute. You can browse relations of the configuration to graphically view and explore related data across multiple domains like simulation and manufacturing. You have a full view of history of previous data revisions. You have the visibility into changes that were made as a result of problem and can be viewed in the solution to a change. Teamcenter can also compare different revisions side by side with visual indicators highlighting differences, which helps you easily understand the changes made. Configuration management isn't just about managing revisions and changes. It's also about managing the variability of your product from very simple to very complex configuration. Teamcenter allows you to configure your BOM with saved variant rules to show different configuration of your product. Your products may have significant or practically infinite configurations. With Teamcenter, you can use guided configuration or configure the BOM based upon your product configuration rules, where one option you select can set or drive another available option or even prevent certain options from being configured. You can use the visualization capabilities of Teamcenter or graphically interact with the product and take measurements or sections to further understand the makeup of the part in assembly. Whether it is multiple revisions, changes, or variability of your product, the configuration management capabilities of Teamcenter lets you feel confident you can find what you need, track changes, and configure your multi-domain product completely. So as an example of case study or customer story, we have the NASA's Curiosity Mars rover that landed on surface of Mars a while back. When NASA was working on this, they pretty much had one chance to get it right. So that was quite a bit of challenge for them, on which they turned to Siemens for a PLM software to help find solutions for the problem. Development team at NASA's JPL digitally tested, designed, assembled, and simulated the entire Mars rover without building a single physical prototype with a fully integrated BOM with the help of Teamcenter. They digitally simulated and validated in context and reduced any errors as they built physical prototype with the capabilities such as repeatable digital validation, integrated clearance analysis, process simulation, planning space claim, spatial search, and 3D reporting, path planning, issue capture, that are all available inside Teamcenter. So the summary of the benefits, of course, as we discussed, is ensure accuracy with complete BOM definition, provide clarity with BOM analysis capabilities, improve success with product configuration, reduce risk with digital validation of product configuration in context, reduce errors with automated data synchronization across product views, improve productivity and collaboration with work in context capabilities, eliminate rework, reduce costs by sharing your BOM downstream.
Thank you so much, Hassan. I think everyone was able to learn a lot from today's presentation. So as you can see, as an engineering company, we hope that you can see that Saratech is focused on helping our customers realize better products through better product development experiences. We're here to help you optimize, eliminate redundancies, and create better processes. So if you need any help solving engineering problems, please reach out to us, whether it's analysis, design, data management, or process improvement. Our team is ready and able to assist. We work with companies in all major industries from aerospace to marine energy. We do small projects and major implementations, helping many companies realize better products by improving their product development experiences. So again, we're here to help, and we're glad you could all join us today to learn about effective BOM management with Teamcenter. Now we'll get into the Q&A portion of the webinar. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and enter them now. For now, we do have a few questions that were asked in advance, so we'll go ahead and get into those first. The first is, what is your recommendation on where to manage MBOM in Teamcenter or in ERP?
That's a good question that comes up a lot, and there's always a debate between PLM and ERP community. Where do we manage the MBOM? Of course, EBOM is definitely managed in the PDM or PLM system. And then the question is, where is the manufacturing BOM? What's the best to manage it? So we understand mainly the differences from EBOM and MBOM and why it's important to have an MBOM. And then the question is, where do we manage it? And then I like to kind of introduce that why manage your MBOM in PLM is recommended. There are many good reasons. First, that it's integrated with design process. By that, it enables you front loading, lower costs, and shorter time to market. You can run where used queries among all plants, and you can leverage the 3D visualization of the MBOM for better decision and better quality. It's the basis of process planning, as known as BOP, and as built BOM that we talked about. So definitely having all information into one environment, one system, it makes the synchronization and collaboration much easier.
Thanks. We had one more question come in advance. Can you elaborate on product variability with Teamcenter BOM management?
So with many of your complex product configurations, customers are asking for a specific variation of your product. So when you have created the structure, you can modify it as necessary to reflect any changes to product design. Teamcenter includes several capabilities that allow you to configure and modify product variability structure with revisioning, incremental change management, the variance and modular variance, absolute occurrences. Absolute occurrences, for example, is the parent assembly is the context in which the absolute occurrence exists. You can define data on the absolute occurrence that overrides the data stored on the item when you select the context assembly and view the structure. So Teamcenter has a very strong capability when you have your BOM well defined, you have EBOM and MBOM and all of that defined in one environment, then gives you the capability for option and variance or product variability that really strong features of Teamcenter.
Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Sasan, and have a great day.
Thanks for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any new videos. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter for the latest engineering news and information. And to see all of our upcoming events, please visit our website at saratech.com/events.